everyone, this is John from MLCS Woodworking and the Woodworker Showroom. Today we're going to talk about our Powerlift, or as Arnold would call it, the Powerlift. And it's so powerful. Really bad impression, I got it. Okay, so one of the questions I always get asked is, how new is this thing? Well, we have a history of about 15 years of making the Powerlift. This current model is actually in its second generation, which is about 7 years now. The first model was really limited to 2¼ horsepower motors. Very basic, worked really well. People still love them and use them. So the thing that's neat about this is that it's really easy to install. It's not complicated. It's not meant to be complicated. So we have 2 Molex connectors that are here. You've got your Powerlift command box that has 3 connections on the back. They're all keyed. You can't mess it up. So making the connections is super easy. These are Molex connectors that are keyed. There's 2 different sizes. You can't screw it up. So the other component is the Powerlift control box or command box. This is where the brains are. This is where everything happens. The connections on the back are super easy. You have a power connector and 2 DIN connectors. Comes with a foot pedal, or you can use this as a palm rest. Some guys like it on the side of the table as a palm adjuster. And basically, that's it. That's how you set up a Powerlift. It's not complicated. It's durable, reliable, and it's meant to be used in a shop environment. So now we have a display that has all the features. The first thing we want to talk about are preset movements. These are all the standard movements that we do: up an eighth, down an eighth, a 1/16 of an inch. Easy sneezy. There's also these areas here for max movements, and what that allows you to do is to bring the bit up out of the table with 1 button operation. It does it by itself. You don't have to do anything. When you're done, you say max down, and it takes it down, and then you stop it at the height that you want. Very simple and intuitive design. The next area that we want to talk about are memory positions, and this is kind of slick. After you set up a job and you've worked on things for hours and you want to remember those settings, you have the ability to save 6 positions on a particular project. Once that's done, you say, oh, that's really cool. This 3 button here allows you to name it and save it. What that gives you is the ability to recall that project later, so you can say, oh, what were those settings? You've got it all here. So once again, we have our preset movements, which are all the basic steps: 1/8, 1/16, 32nd of an inch, up, down. We also have our maximum movements, which are up and down without you having to do anything. And there's 2 speed buttons here, and there's also 2 speed buttons here, and it's like, well, why are they? Well, you have the ability to adjust the speed of the lift in terms of the lift motor coming up and down. That's important, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. So I'm going to put it back over here to 100%. So when you're setting up your router, you always have to zero the cutter. It's very important. So I'm going to move this down. So now I'm checking to see if the cutter is level with the table, and right now it's not. It's interfering. So I have to bring it down just a little bit. So let me bring it down to 32nd of an inch. All right, still interfering. Let's go down another 32nd of an inch. Okay, it's pretty good. So that I'm going to consider my 0 position. So now to set 0, I'm going to press the set 0 button here at the top and say set 0. And now the 0 is registered. Any movement now is relative to that position. So one of the cool features that you can do with the Powerlift is do stop mortises or plunge dados. It's kind of cool. So we're not going to do it right now, but we're going to simulate it. So here's our block, and this is what we want to do. We want to put a stop dado roughly from here to here. Let's just imagine it. Okay, so we want the bit to come up 1/4 of an inch deep at a time. We're going to slide it to our stop line and have it go back to the table. Cool. So now our wood would be in position. Start the router, slow the lift speed down. So I'm going to put the lift speed 31%. Okay, bring it up while the router's running, and it's going to plunge into the piece. Now it's plunged in. We're going to slide it to our stop line and then put it back to the table. Go to 0 full speed. Now the bit's safe. we're done. We just cut that piece. I've been working with the Powerlift now for 7 years, and it's a game changer. It really has. It ruined me. I can't use my router table at home now. I'm hooked to this thing. And one of our friends, Eric Curtis, who's an excellent woodworker, he used it for the first time in one of our Saturday woodworker mentor series that we do here in the store. And he loved it. It's a game changer. What it allows you to do is to focus on your woodworking. You're not messing around under the table and adjusting and this and that. You're doing what you want to do. You're focused. You can get things done, and it's really enjoyable. If you have any questions, please let us know. One more point that I forgot. It's available in 2 plate sizes. It's the MLCS plate, which has been around for 30 years. And then the other plate that's out there is a 9 1/4 by 11 3/4 plate. We also have it for that. Again, if you have any questions, please ask. I'm always willing to answer questions on the Powerlift because I love the product. Have a great day, everyone. Take good care.